Foreign Affairs, Chapter 9, Fallout. On the first night of Parents' Weekend, your arms are still wrapped around Ana when you're blinded by a sudden flash of the photographer's camera. You try to identify the culprit, but all you manage to make out are the shadowy silhouettes as they escape into the night. Hey, come back! You start after the paparazzo, but the mystery photographer has already vanished. Where could they have gone? It's like they disappeared in the thin air. They must have used the... What I mean is the campus is a maze. They could be hiding anywhere. This is really, really bad. We're not even wearing clothes. Speaking of, we should fix that before someone else comes by. You and Ana slip back into your clothing and then make your way towards the twinkling lights of the quad. To avoid suspicion, you and Ana split apart outside the dean's reception. We'll talk later, okay? Right now... I understand, Clark. I'll wait a few minutes before sneaking in after you. The pictures are already taken, this is stupid. You slip an arm around Ana's waist and kiss her quickly. What was that for? Luck. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be needing it. You're probably right, which is why we shouldn't push it by staying out here much longer. You nod and head inside. Clark, where were you? Mom, I thought you left. We came back when Agent DeMarco said he'd lost sight of you. We were starting to get worried. Mom, I need to talk to you. Alone. A little while later, you and your mom are settled on the couches in the suite with the rest of the security team posted outside. Clark, sweetie, what's going on? Take a deep breath and tell her everything. Well, almost everything. You got caught doing what? Who were you with? It's probably better if you don't know. That way you have plausible deniability. I was really hoping I wouldn't need plausible deniability when it comes to my son's love life. But you're right, it's probably best if I can sincerely say I don't know anything about this. Your mom sighs and stands. Look at the team on it. Hopefully we can track down the paparazzo before they sell that photo. Thanks, Mom. She gives you a long look. You're not sure what she's looking for, but it's pretty clear she doesn't find it. She slips out of the suite and you flop back on the couch, your mind far too full to go to sleep just yet. The next morning. You enter the common room of the suite to find your mom and her whole team camped out around the kitchen aisle. Good morning. Really? I had quite the opposite impression. What your mother means to say is, we were unable to stop the picture before it got out. You mean... Winston hands you a copy of Voyeur magazine. Caught! The family's first! Gay, dirty little secret. Their first family, whatever. Cute bra. Oh my god. Well, this is a nightmare. It's like I accidentally went to school without pants on, except this is real life and it's all over the front page. Look on the bright side, at least your underwear is cute. I didn't see no underwear. Unfortunately, we have bigger things to deal with. I had the team rush a poll after the headline first went up. You ran a poll. That was your first intuition. Polling numbers falling fast because what your son does privately with a woman in the middle of an open meadow just... Curse those polling numbers. This is just since this morning? It's a small sample size, but I'm afraid so. People seem to think you can't control your son. Mom, I'm so sorry. We have to issue a statement identifying the mystery lover. Once we can show this isn't Clark being promiscuous with a random stranger, the sooner we can put this behind us. After all, Clark's a grown adult who's allowed to have a relationship, as long as he keeps his clothes on in a public in the future. Agreed. Now that we know the extent of the problem, we can't fight this thing without saying who they are. I can't name them. I don't want to drag them into this. That's honorable of you, but it's too late for that. They've already put themselves into the middle of it. No, they haven't. Maybe so, but I can at least try to shield them from the public eye. Clark, I don't want to have to resort to this, but I will go through your phone if you leave me no other choice. Seriously? You have that little respect for my privacy. He's also a grown-ass adult, and you don't have the right to. It's not about that. It's just trying to find the best solution that will protect you and your future. I'm worried about you. No, you're worried about your polling numbers. Shut up, Mom. Let's at least be honest with each other, Mom. You're worried about your campaign. Your mom opens her mouth to retort, but Winston cuts her off. Why don't we see what we can do to spin the story with what we've got right now? If we can't get it under control within a couple days, then we'll try more extreme methods. Very well. Tell the pilot to ready Eagle Flight 1. I want to get back to Rutherland by this afternoon to start cleaning up this mess. You're leaving just like that? What about the rest of Parents' Weekend? The rest of Parents' Weekend is cancelled for both of us. I need to rebuild some goodwill back at home. I'm leaving Winston with you to do damage control on this end. You are, but Melissa... Tatum puts a hand to his earpiece and then steps forward. Madam President, the limo's ready for you. Good. Tatum, escort me to the airport. I want to talk to you about a few things. DeMarco can oversee Clark's security this afternoon. Yes, ma'am. Tatum gives you an apologetic look as he follows your mom out the door. Soon it's just you and Winston. Buck up, Clark. You're in good hands. I know just how to get the public back on your side. And your mother's. You do? Absolutely. Step 1 is rounding up the press. Within just a few hours, you're backstage at the most important press conference of your life. I hope this venue is agreeable, Mr. Torres. It's all we had available at last minute. Thank you, Miss Safe. We'll make it work, I'm sure. As Winston discusses some of the details with his assistant, Ana sidles up to you. Are you okay, Clark? I saw the headline this morning. I'm so sorry that you're the only one taking the heat right now. I'll go find the dean, and... Ana, you can. It's better if no one knows it's you. I'm already in trouble. The least I can do is keep you out of this mess, too. But... Clark, it's almost time. Good luck out there. You nod before making your way to the edge of the curtains. You can hear the rustling of the reporters on the other side, all waiting for you. You can do this, Clark. You're the first son of the most powerful nation in the world. Don't let them see you sweat. Just remember what we talked about. Don't answer the question they ask. Answer the question you want to answer. You will yourself to smile despite the fact that your heart is beating so fast you feel sick. You take a deep breath and then walk out onto the stage. You're momentarily blinded by the flashing cameras, but you force yourself to smile as you step up to the podium. The reporters quiet down as you begin your statement. Thank you all for being here today. I'm Clark Kent, first son of the great nation of Rutherland. I want to start by saying I take my duties as first son seriously. I know I represent my country everywhere I go, although my time at school these past 6 weeks hasn't gone exactly as planned. You feel yourself straying from your talking points, so you glance down at your notes. I want to be the first person to say that my recent behavior is not befitting someone in my position. Oh, you can say that again. Look, we know what your statement's gonna say. Get to the good stuff. Who was the person in the photo with you? The other reporters join in, and you can feel the control of the room slipping away. You have to say something to regain everyone's attention. Let me finish. I can't answer any questions if you won't let me speak. Sounds like someone is lashing out. I'm just saying... But your voice just disappears in the clamor. The reporters shouting out over one another to make themselves heard. Do you feel like you've let your people down? More importantly, do you feel like you let the president down? I know my mom's polling numbers have been affected by the incident last night, but... is that what you're calling it now, an incident? Because where I'm from, we can call it full-blown sex handle. Thank you, that will be all. Chaos breaks out as the reporters shout your name. You take one last look over your shoulders at the swarm of press circling like they smell blood in the water. You should have done this like a one-on-one interview versus like a whole room of vultures. How the hell am I supposed to come back from this? I'm sorry, Winston, I blew it. They were all talking at once, and I just couldn't. Winston shushes you, pulling you into a tight hug. None of that, Clark. We tried one strategy, but it didn't work out. Now it's on to plan B and then C, and all the way to plan Z if we have to. In the meantime, don't look so glum. Next time will be better, I promise. Just never thought things could get so out of control. Just shake it off. Focus on the next thing. And Clark, I want you to know that I'm not going to stand in the way of your relationship with your, new friend. But Your mom wants me to help you clean up your public image, but what you do in private, well, that's nobody's business but your own, right? Winston, you're the best. No, he's logical. He has a brain. You still have to be careful, though. No hanging out together where there's even a remote possibility you might be seen. No hackable communications. I understand. It's more than I expected. I mean, it's obviously not ideal, but I'd rather sneak around than not be seen altogether. That's the spirit. Love is is like politics that way. It's all about finding workable middle ground. Now, are you ready for the next stop on your apology tour? You think about Anna and your mom and all the reasons you're putting yourself through this. Bring it on. After a short car ride, you, Winston, and your security team arrive at an animal shelter. Oh, for the love of... You know how our constituents love animals. Who doesn't? I'd set up an interview, and don't worry, we've already screened the questions. They know the scandal is off limits. Sounds too good to be true. You're surprised when you step in the lobby, however, to find Blaine and Dee are waiting. What are you two doing here? Ask your handler, he's the one who invited us. But we were happy to come, right, Blaine? More of you here means less focus solely on your current situation, plus a public show of unity between Rutherland and our donors, bigger news, and tabloid gossip about your love life. How are you holding up ever since everything blew up? Your mom must have you running the media gauntlet right now. Something like that. Actually, you cut off as the shelter director approaches you. You must be Clark. I'm Jessica Mai, the executive director here at the Pause for a Clause. We're so happy you could all volunteer today. We've got a few animals waiting in the playroom for you. They're very eager to get started. You shuffle into a room full of cats, dogs, birds, including a parrot. Looks like the gang's all here. They're adorable. Perfect distraction from any scandal. Reporter approaches you with a disarming smile. Hi, Clark. I'm Linda Chung with Channel 7 News. I'll be asking you a few questions while you're here. I'll let you settle in, then we'll start. Cuddle with the kittens. You take a seat amongst a litter of kittens. They cautiously waddle over to investigate you. Ow. Hey there, my name's Clark. Is it okay if I hang out with you guys for a little bit? Kittens paw at your clothing playfully, rolling around at the ground and nipping at your fingers. I'll take that as a yes. You turn back to the reporter, ignoring the churning in your stomach. Ready when you are. Then let's get started. We're going live in 3, 2, 1. Wait, live? Quickly plaster a smile on your face as the crew starts filming. I'm Linda Chung, and we're coming in live from the Pause for a Clause animal shelter. Joining us today are the budding world leaders, Clark Kent, Blaine Hayes, and Princess Dion Sorona. Hello, everyone. Hey. Clark, what made you come out here to volunteer today? Honestly, Linda, I believe in second chances. When I learned Pause for a Cause shares that belief rescuing animals others have given up on, I knew I had to get involved. Winston gives you a thumbs up from behind the cameras. The purring kittens help you look and feel more calm, and you can't help but smile as they bury themselves deeper into your arms. It's so refreshing to see people your age doing volunteer work. What would you say to young people who may be reluctant to get involved in their communities? Every little bit counts. Back home, I volunteered in an orphanage near the palace. At first, I was I only was able to get a few times a year, but it made a real difference. Now we have a whole royal program dedicated to the cause. For me, it took a long time to find a way, or find a cause I was passionate about. Then I walked in the shelter, saw one of those little guys, and the rest is history. Reporter turns to you expectingly. The most important thing is focusing on something you care about. Once you find a cause you're passionate about, it's almost impossible not to get involved in your community. As representatives of your nations, do you feel it's your duty to do volunteer work like this? Definitely. We all want to work for the good of the people. Exactly. It's our job to use our power to improve nations. We have a responsibility to use our privilege to set an example, to try and leverage our influence for good. Meow. The interviewer turns her attention to a kitten pawing at her leg, and you lean in to whisper, "How am I doing?" "You're killing it. You sure haven't done any damage control before." "Not like this, thanks for the help." "Hey, seasoned pros like me have a responsibility to pay our hard-earned knowledge forward." The interviewer straightens, turning to you with a wide smile. "Clark, I have to admit your devotion to volunteer work is admirable. You set a great example for other young people in the community. However, I understand that your actions last night may have caused those same people to question your position as a role model." Your heart leaps into your throat as you make a panicked eye contact with Winston. It's fine. I'm referring, of course, to your outing with a yet-to-be-identified individual. Care to comment? "She wasn't supposed to ask me about last night. What the hell?" You look to Winston for answers, but he points to the cameras and motions for you to say something. Just then you hear a small mewing from the corner of the room and catch sight of an exotic-looking kitten. A baby lynx. That's Rutherland's national animal. Lynx meets your eyes, and you seem to perk up when he sees you. If I make a big show of adopting him, I bet it would distract the reporter. Adopt the baby lynx to take some heat off of you during the interview and gain a permanent fuzzy friend. Let me be real. It's kinda cute. Actually, I'd rather comment on all the great work Paws for a Cause is doing. Just look at how happy and healthy all these animals are. Yes, they do look well cared for, but take this baby lynx, for example. Have you ever seen such a cutie? You point to the fluffy brown kitten with adorably oversized ears. While the cameras in the room swing to follow your finger, the interviewer looks flustered. Yes, he was seized in a raid of an illegal big cat breeding facility. He's too accustomed to people to be released in the wild, but it's been hard to find him a home. He's so sweet. Can I pet him? You can try, but he's pretty skittish with strangers. Don't take it personally if he swats at you or runs away. Clark, about the interview, we're still live, so if we could get back to my questions? I'm sure your viewers will enjoy a close-up look at a baby lynx. I know I would. Everyone needs some fluffiness occasionally. Your friends step back, giving you all the full spotlight as you approach the baby lynx. All the cameras in the room train themselves on you. You approach the kitten slowly, who looks at you cautiously, taking a step or two back. Oh, he's nervous. I need to win his trust. I should crouch down and wait for him to come to me. Talk to him softly as I approach, tempting him over with a treat. Talk to him softly. You take one step towards him. He flinches and sizes you up anxiously. Hey, hi there, little guy. Listen, don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you. You take another step closer and the lynx doesn't move, his body relaxing slowly at the soft, slow cadence of your words. Hey, I just want to say hello. I think we can be friends if you'll let me. Take one more step. This time he mimics you, cautiously approaching, sniffing in your direction. That's it. Just take your time, nice and slow. Slowly, the lynx approaches you, sniffing your outstretched hand, and before nuzzling against it, allowing you to pet him. You pet the lynx kitten, gently feeling his body relax at your touch. There we go. We're friends now, huh? You scoop him up confidently. You expect the kitten to squirm, but he settles comfortably into your arms. How did you do that? It took me days to get him comfortable enough with me to pick him up. He must really see something in you. Ah, must be the sign that I'm meant to adopt him. It must be that Rutherland connection. Or maybe Clark's just a charmer. In my 15 years of working here, I've never seen a more perfect match. There's just one more important thing you need to do before he can be yours. Fill out all the paperwork? Well, that too, but more importantly, he needs a name. Marshmallow. Why not? Marshmallow. That's a perfect name for a sweetie like him. Oh, I think he likes it. He must know he's going to be a good home. Clark, can we get a shot of you doing something cute with Marshmallow? I can't imagine how he could get any cuter than he already is, but I'll do my best. Marshmallow looks up expectantly from your lap. You should boop his nose, tickle his belly, kiss his forehead. Lean forward, and he stretches up his paw to meet your approaching face, obviously curious. Ow! You plant your lips on the soft fur of his top of his head, and he gives a purr of affection. He tilts his head up and nuzzles your cheek, licking your jaw until you start giggling. This is too precious. I can't tell you how happy it makes me to know he's going to a loving home. I'd like to help the rest of these pets find good homes too, so for the rest of the year, I'll be covering all the adoption fees for any animals in the shelter. That's quite generous of you. It's the least I can do to help support such a good cause. Well, there you have it, folks. We've got all the furry soulmate out there, and to find yours. Come on down to Pause for a Cause. Live broadcast ends, and the interviewer and the camera crew begin to packing up and leave. Scoop up Marshmallow and follow Blaine and Dee out into the lobby. Thanks for having my back. You two, I don't think I would have gotten through today without your help. That's what friends are for. Don't worry, I'll be sure to cash in this favor later. Blaine. Winston walks up to you, a smile on his face. Well, how did I do? Reasonably successful first stop at the apology tour? You were excellent. Your interviewer, on the other hand, let's just say she's lucky you made it work. I'm gonna have to talk to her station manager about breaching our agreement. But you should be proud. After she went off script, you redirected the interview like a pro. Guess this little guy really inspired me. Ow! Whatever inspired you, stick with it. If all your instincts are that good, you'll put me out of a job. Winston, don't say that. I couldn't have done this without you. Today has been tough, but knowing you're here with me really helps. Of course, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Just remember that you're the reason for your own success. Though you got through today because you trusted in yourself, not because of anything I did. Now let's get Marshmallow's adoption paperwork taken care of and get the two of you to your next event. Next event? Just how many of these things do we have planned? For this afternoon, just 4 more. My thoughts exactly, buddy. Let me know if you like the kitty noises. After what feels like the longest day of your life, which today really has been for me, Winston and the security team finally drop you off at the suite. Dee pokes her head out from her room to make sure the coast is clear before joining you. How was the rest of your day? I had Murphy pick up a bottle of It's Okay Rose in case if the answer is bad. Thanks, Murphy. The day wasn't all bad. I adopted Marshmallow after all. Open the door to the pet carrier and the Lynx kitten comes bounding out. He zooms around the suite, exploring every inch of his new home. Anyone who has ever purchased a new cat knows they don't zoom around. They slowly, cautiously approach every corner, jump at every noise. True, welcome home, Marshmallow. Marshmallow bounds up to Dee and rubs his body against her leg, purring happily. Still, I want to text someone and make sure they're okay. So why don't you? Mom made it very clear that she's willing to do whatever it takes to find out who my mystery lover is, including going through my phone.
Damn the full big brother. I didn't know she had it in her.
Neither did I, honestly, but as long as she's keeping tabs on me like that, it's not safe to reach out. Marshmallow trundles over to you, pawing at your leg until you pick him up.
That's right, Marshmallow. I think he does need a big hug.
Dee pulls you into a tight hug, and then her phone buzzes with a notification. There's a moment of silence as the two of you turn to look at the phone rattling on the counter.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Only if you're up for it, but using your phone is one way I could text without my mom finding out. Dee picks up her phone and offers it to you.
Well, what are you waiting for? Take it. I'm sure a mystery lover is desperate to hear from you.
Borrow Dee's phone to check in with Ana and arrange a secret rendezvous. Next thing, there's a difference between a kitty purr and a my purr. If you're sure.
Please. Would I offer if I wasn't sure? Take it.
Dee hands you her phone, and you start up a chat with Ana. Ana, it's Clark. I'm borrowing Dee's phone, you okay?
Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried. I wanted to text you, but I was trying to keep my distance. Are you holding up okay? I can't imagine how hard this is on you.
Not as hard as I mean, what? I just miss you. I wish things were different. Dee's doing her best to cheer me up, but she's not who I need right now. Winky face!
I'm so sorry, Clark. That's so much to deal with on your own, especially without a distraction. Although I might have one for you.
A distraction? Yes, please.
I'm in the library prepping for tomorrow. No one else is here. Join me?
You look up from Dee's phone and your heart beating double time in your chest.
Well, what are they saying?
They want me to sneak out to meet them, but I don't...
Oh my god, why are you still here? Go, go, go.
You chuckle as you let Ana know you're coming, delete the conversation, and hand Dee back her phone. Dee, I
know what you're going to say, and don't bother. It's just what any good friend would do. Now get out of here.
You're the best, Dee, really. Good friends. Sadness. A few minutes later, you find Ana seated in a hidden corner of the library stacks, away from prying eyes. Your breath catches in your throat as she turns to look at you, the soft light of the library wreathing her face.
Hey.
Don't care. You throw your back to the floor, stride over to Ana, pressing your lips to hers with a sweet desperation. Ana. Finally, the two of you pull away, Ana stroking your cheek as you look at her happily. It's very good to see you.
It's good to see you, too.
How are you been holding up?
I've been fine. Mostly just trying to focus on work. I've got a rough lesson plan drawn up, but I need a second opinion. What do you think of what I've got so far?
Ana hands you a stack of papers, her hand brushing yours as you take them.
Don't worry about hurting my feelings. I want your honest feedback.
Yeah, sure. She turns back to her work, glances down at the paper she handed you, and then back at her. Ana, you didn't answer the question.
Oh, what question was that?
How are you doing? I wasn't asking about lesson plans, you know.
Of course I know, but I'm fine. Why do you keep asking?
It's just you're acting kind of like a robot or something? You don't have to put on a brave face when it's just the two of us.
I guess I was doing that, wasn't I? Sorry, I'm just not really sure how I should act, all things considered. It doesn't seem like anybody knows I'm involved, but I'm worried it'll come out.
I'll make sure you don't lose your job.
How?
I don't know, I'll pull every string I can, whatever it takes. Ana shakes her head.
It doesn't work that way, Clark. Sometimes power and influence aren't enough. I appreciate the gesture, but if it comes to it, I'm prepared to take responsibility for my actions.
Okay, I'm just worried about you, okay?
And I'm worried about you worrying about me. Give yourself a break, okay? Look, let's not linger on it. How about we work on these lessons plans? I wasn't lying when I said I needed your help.
She nudges you gently with her knee under the table.
no offense to your lesson plans on the Great Wheat Wars of 1527, but you're the only subject I want to study. Yeah, and what would your lesson plan for that look like? I'd start focusing on your smile. Really? Really? I'd say just about anything to see you do that sweet little grin of yours. Is that why you're so sweet to me? One of many reasons, yes. You make it easy. You both smile, and you feel some of the tension of the day drain away. Just so you know, you're making it difficult to keep my distance. Look who's talking. Miss Library is totally empty. She tucks a strand of hair behind her ear and then sighs. Jokes aside, I do wish we didn't have to be sneaky. It's gonna be hard to hide my feelings whenever I see you. Well, maybe we need a signal. Something only the two of us will recognize to show that we're thinking about each other. I know. I'll stroke my wrist, lick my lips. That's kind of like an intuitive one. You lean back, running your tongue over your lips, your eyes slightly closed. Dana lets out a breath. You were not allowed to lick your lips constantly while I'm lecturing. It'll kill me. But what a way to go, eh? You lick your lips again, and Ana fake swoons. Okay, point made. We need something a little bit more subtle. Ana glances around at her papers sprawled across the table. At this rate, I'm never gonna finish this lesson plan. Did I make a mistake asking you to help? Depends. Am I really that irresistible to you? You might be, but let's at least try to get this done. You scoot your chair a little closer to Ana as you both peer over the papers, your shoulders nearly touching. The hours pass quickly, almost without you noticing. And there. That looks much better now. Ana leans back in her seat, holding up the lesson plan. You might even get the hungover party kids to pay attention. Don't set me up for failure, Clark. I want to set goals I can hope to achieve. Glance over to the clock and then sigh when you see how late it is. I'd better head back. I'm pushing my luck as it is. Of course. I didn't mean to keep you. Trust me, I'm very, very happy to be kept. You catch her gaze, and she sets a smile back at you. Grab Ana's hand and pull her behind a bookshelf. Clark, what are you... You lean in until your lips are just a breath away from hers. Ana, can I? She nods, still breathless. You close the distance between you, capturing her mouth in a sweet kiss at first. But soon, all your pent-up emotions from the last 24 hours come surging to the surface. You hold her tight as her tongue snakes into your mouth, brushing against yours. Clark, sorry, I don't know when we'll get to do that again. No need to apologize. She kisses you again, and you let yourself meld into her, forgetting for a moment about everything but the woman in your arms. Eventually you pull back, and the two of you grab your things. As you walk towards the exit, she flashes you one last smile. See you tomorrow, Clark. Have a good rest of your night. Good night, Ana. You arrive back at the suite and flop onto the couch. You wince when you remember you have to go to class in the morning. How am I supposed to pretend like everything is normal tomorrow? Come on, Clark. We all know what it's like to be in the public eye. Yeah, but I've never been involved in an actual scandal before, and definitely not anything this personal. What do I say to people? You know what? I think you could use a little help from a tried and true source. Dee picks up the remote, switches on the TV, putting on a reality show featuring celebrities' wild lives. Reality, or real lifestyles of the rich and idle. How's a reality TV show gonna help me out here? Haven't you heard of field research? These guys are pros at navigating scandals. Where do you think I picked up all my best tricks? Sweet mother of stupidity. Dee, that's insane. You know all this stuff is scripted, right? Obviously, but you're missing the point. Even if the drama's made up, they've still gotta sell it. We're not looking for truth here. We're looking for salesmanship.
So you're saying I've gotta stop fighting the scandal and just sell it?
Exactly. You're a natural. Now, enough talk. It's just about to get to the good point.
You turn to watch the TV where a man or woman are sitting on a luxurious rooftop bar overlooking all of LA.
It's so wonderful finally getting some time together like this. I've missed you.
Ah, me too, babe. Is there more caviar? This jar's super tiny. Just then another man bursts in, livid, and throws a basket of rolls at the seated man's face. Whoa, dude, watch the nose. I just got it done. What the hell, Melly?
Richard, what are you doing here?
Oh, really? You're the one having brunch with Chad, Melly. Brunch was our thing.
You agreed to an open relationship.
I thought that meant I got to screw around, not you. And that's why people don't understand open relationships. It goes both ways. Whoa, did not see that one coming.
Don't worry, the husband comes back next week, but when the episode is aired, the internet exploded.
Ah, I can see why. It's hard not to get caught up in the drama. No, actually, it's really hard not to get caught up in it because it's all scripted and it's a joke.
The point is, even if the show is scripted, you still wind up rooting for your favorite. Charisma matters. You could do the same sort of thing. Just think of yourself as a leading actor in your own personal drama.
So I throw rolls at someone's face and go, "This brunch was our thing!" That sounds dishonest. I shouldn't have to lie to people to get them on my side.
It's not lying, you just have to put on a show. You're not a normal citizen. You're on stage, whether or not you want to be. So embrace it.
So if you can't beat them, join them?
Exactly. Just make sure that above everything else, you're memorable, especially when you screw up. Think of it like being on a reality TV show where parts are scripted and others aren't. It's not totally real life, but it's not quite fake either.
That actually makes sense. Still, I'm gonna breathe a big sigh of relief when the scandal passes and I can go back to normal.
You know what I do whenever I get tired of being in the spotlight?
Watch a reality TV show, apparently. Drink an entire bottle of wine and watch Real Lifestyles of the Rich and Idle.
Close. I drink an entire bottle of wine and watch Real Lifestyles of the Rich and Idle with a friend. If you indulge me, I promise I'll pay you back with all my best scandal-wrangling wisdom. Ow! Even Marshmallow thinks it's a good idea.
Throw a sleepover with Dee to get some sage advice about the last few days and have some fun too. I have a question. Why isn't she on your relationship list? Oh, that's right, because Pixelberry doesn't actually give us choices. That's right, my bad. Throw a sleepover with Dee.
Amazing. You just sit there and I'll get the bottle of wine. Oh, and a special surprise.
Strawberries, I'm calling it. Before you ask any questions, Dee dashes off to the kitchen, returning a few minutes later with her arms full.
Here, take this.
Oh, popcorn. Damn. Something to eat. Red wine. And something to create confusion? Is that guacamole?
No, silly, it's my patented DIY avocado cucumber face mask. It's guaranteed to suck all the stress right out through the pores. And don't even try to argue, because at my sleepovers, face masks are not optional. Just lie back and let the princess do her thing.
Moving on. You hesitantly lie back, sputtering a little as Dee starts spreading the cold goop all over your face with a brush. I feel like a nacho platter.
That's how you know it's working. Now hold still, this is for your own good.
She doesn't even stop until every corner of your face is covered in avocado, painting her own face once she's finished with yours.
What do you think? Can't you feel all those healthy fats soaking up the nasty stress?
I don't know about that, but I have to admit, it feels pretty, nice. And it tastes even better.
Give it some time, you'll see. In the meantime, we can move on to phase 2, the real talk.
What do you want to talk about?
To start, how about the half-naked picture of you and the mystery lover? Are you gonna tell me who it is, or should I guess?
D...
Is it Aina? It is, isn't it? How did you know? Please, I've been watching you two dance around each other since the school year started.
I hope the press doesn't figure it out as easily as you.
They won't. They don't have any insider access, after all. But I have to know, what was it that attracted you to Aina in the first place?
She's just so adult, if that makes sense. She's calm, cool, gives great advice. She seems like she knows exactly what she's doing at all times, but she's never patronizing or arrogant. She feels like someone I can trust, no matter what. Willing to buy.
Sounds like someone else I know. How serious are you two, on a scale of casual hookup to head over heels?
I guess you could say things are getting serious. I'm trying to keep it cool, but I'm really excited about where this is going, and I think Aina is too.
Things are heating up, huh? So quickly, too. You two really must be perfect for each other.
Meow. Marshmallow bounds off the couch and rolls on the ground, pawing at the air excitedly.
Looks like even Marshmallow's happy for you.
Put your paws up in the air. Put your paws up in the air. But that's enough about me and my love life. Now it's your turn. How are you feeling about Philip? A shadow crosses her face, and you can see her shoulders sag a little.
It's fine, I guess. Preparations for the wedding are underway, so that's, exciting. And who am I kidding? The more I hear about you and Aina, the more I see what Philip and I are missing, and we're missing a lot. If I'm having doubts about Philip now, how am I ever going to survive the rest of my life with him?
Maybe Philip isn't the right prince for you.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the other Wallace brother. I've seen the way you look at Peter and how he looks at you. Even with the avocado mask covering her face, you can tell Dee is flustered.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I waste my time looking at that nerd in his face?
I don't know, you tell me.
It's just strange to be having second thoughts about my engagement at this point. I've been betrothed since I was 5.
It's normal to have doubts. I wonder what it'd be like to have to marry for love. I think that's totally understandable. Plus, when you were 5, it was a pretty distant prospect. Now it's a lot more real.
Yes, but my country's alliance with Philip is hinging on this marriage. It seems selfish to even consider not going through with it.
Dee, listening to your heart is not selfish. Wanting to marry someone you love instead of someone your parents picked out for you is not selfish. Countries have been doing without arranged marriages for centuries.
Countries without a centuries-old monarchy, maybe.
You know what I mean. I'm just saying there's nothing selfish about wondering if you might have another option out there. I think it'd be weird if you didn't, honestly.
Thanks, Lark. I'm not sure you're right, but even having someone to talk about all this makes me feel a little bit better.
That's what I'm here for.
Jeez. I thought we were doing the sleepover so I could give you life advice, not the other way around.
Well, the night's still young. Give me a few more minutes and another glass of wine. I'm sure I'll find something to cry about.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure. Don't look now. I'd say you're downright cheered up.
If I am, it's all thanks to you. I don't know what I did to deserve you, Dee, but I'd be completely lost to the school if I didn't have you.
Hey, don't get all mushy on me. It's not like you've never done anything for me, either. I've got to live vicariously through someone's romantic life, right?
Not sure that's exactly an even exchange, but as long as you're sticking around, I'm fine with it. You take a sip of wine, thinking about Aina and about the challenges that lie ahead with the two of you. Dee, tell me honestly, do you think Aina and I really have a shot together? She considers your words for a moment, looking at you with a serious expression.
Do you want the optimistic answer or the honest answer?
Give me the honest answer. I want you to tell me the truth, even if it's tough.
Okay, you asked for it. I think it's going to be really difficult for you two. Don't get me wrong, I don't think you're doomed or anything, but there's going to be some serious challenges ahead, especially while your mom's campaign is going on. Not all the couples can handle that.
Yeah, you're right.
But the bright side is that if you both make it through all this, you'll have a 100% certified power couple.
Okay, I can live with those stakes. Thanks, D. I'm not sure if it was the emotional purging or the avocado mask, but I'm starting to feel better.
I think we both know it was the mask. Now come on, let's wash these off and watch a movie. You pick the title, I'll pop more popcorn.
I thought we were gonna watch, reality TV, not a movie. I'll accept it, though.
You and Dee spend the night chatting and watching movies, finally crawling into bed in the late hours.
The next day, you hear a knock at the door. You open it to find Clark. How well would you say you know your classmates? Pretty well, I guess. Why? Because you're about to be dating one. What? Almost 5 stars with everyone except for, Naporvi. What have I done to you? What does Winston have up his sleeve? Find out in the next chapter of Foreign Affairs. Alright, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head no description below, links to social media, Discord, where you can come hang out with me, as well as many others, and a whole 9 yards of things you can do, as well as a few links to support me and my content. By the way, if you are considering to help out the channel, as well as this community, I've added a couple ranks on the Join feature. There is some for affordability options, as well as for maximum awesomeness of where you can give to this community, this channel, as well as help yours truly develop even more content and keep the lights on. But without further ado, sorry about being late with today's chapter. Long story short, I had a lot of things that were going on in my life that just chaos and on the streets. It's just chaos on the streets and just a whole bunch of stuff, which basically I made a quick post on the community tab. Feel free to check that out. There will be a video coming soon about what happened today. But without further ado, catch you all later. Peace out.